a totally different genre of music than we presented so far this morning. This is Paul Ritchie and the Fusionauts. Take a listen to their music, and I'm telling you, Ken, this is really electric.
It is. It's really fusion jazz, so it mixes elements of jazz, but with rock elements and also some odd time signatures.
So it's a completely different type of music than most jazz musicians would be playing?
Well, it's a form of jazz, right? And it's, you know, and Paul is a really good example of that. He writes original fusion music and has a really strong project.
Okay, when we come back, there's something called the Edmonton Jazz Collective. We'll have details on what that's all about and more on celebrations surrounding the Jazz Festival for you in just a couple of minutes.
It's 10 after 8. Let's head back to the Blue Chair Cafe.
Yeah, Lorraine there checking out this year's Edmonton International Jazz Festival, Lorraine.
I have to tell you, Jen and Shay, this music is so different from the other types of music that we've heard. Think jazz and then put a sprinkling of rock into it. This is Paul Ritchie and the Fusionauts. Take a listen to their particular brand of music. Very original and very Edmonton. To Edmonton and to everywhere.
Well, yeah, they're one of the few bands in Edmonton that's focusing on electric fusion jazz, yes.
And they've been working on this for a number of years.
Yeah, Paul's had this project for several years now, and it's, you know, it shows because it's very strong.
So as the person who puts the bands together in the lineup for Jazz Fest, how do you decide who's going to perform?
Well, it's a combination of making sure that the level is really high, you know, artistically, but also having a variety of styles. So Paul's project was a real kind of a no-brainer because it's unique and it's really good and it's Edmonton. So,
what percentage are Edmonton? What percentage of the acts that we see are local, and who do you bring in?
Over 50% of the artists at the Edmonton International Jazz Festival are from Edmonton, and we're very proud of that.
And where else do the musicians come from?
Well, they come from all over the world. I mean, this year we have you know, musicians from Germany, the UK, from Cuba, and the United States, of course.
Okay, the Edmonton Jazz Collective, what are they all about?
The Edmonton Jazz Collective is a new initiative that we started last year in the festival. That it's a mid-level ensemble, 10 members, and made up of different generations of jazz musicians. And the idea there is that the older jazz musicians that are veteran mentor the young musicians that are extremely good. So it's a really nice combination.
Oh, cool. When are we going to be able to hear the Fusion?
Next Sunday at 2 o'clock at the OSPAC. Yeah, the old Strathcona Performing Arts Center.
Okay, and is that going to be the wrap-up final concert?
It is, actually.
Okay. Well, you want to know that you're listening to something that's very original, very Edmonton. And when we come back, we're going to chat with some of these musicians, Jen and Shay. And we're also going to hear from a legendary teacher from Grant McHugh. And a lot of former students are going to be going, oh, rock on, once they see this fellow once again. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Very cool. Thanks, Lorraine.